Hey guys, this is Game Crafter here. You're watching your ad-free video of the Dalaran that I found within the Eye of Azshara. This place is absolutely massive and you can actually find a lot of things out here. So really cool. Recommend you guys try this exploration though. The glitch I used to do it is impossible. So if you guys can find a way to do it, let me know. The World of Warcraft Legion dungeon, Eye of Azshara, contains an entire version of the Broken Isles inside of it. I showed off the Out-of-Bounds area surrounding the instance, but when I tried to explore beyond the edge of the waters, I was eaten by a shark. Multiple times. Well, now that it's been a while since I explored this area, I've acquired many more exploration tools. I decided to try once again. In that video, I was incredibly close to making it to the Out-of-Bounds Broken Isles, but was stopped by glitch water. I finally made it past the barrier and immediately lagged out, and I couldn't make it any further. If you were able to do exactly what I did there, and you're able to survive just a few seconds longer and stay a little bit higher in the air, you should be able to actually perform this glitch without any of these advanced exploration methods. But let's move on from there. Once you get past the barrier and onto the broken shore, you will notice that the entire Broken Isles continent is here. Today we are focusing on one specific area in the Out-of-Bounds Broken Isles, and that would be the Dalaran that exists out here. If you manage to make it out here without being able to float around, then you can still climb to the very top of High Mountain, and then you could glide. You should be able to glide into the city with some kind of spell or just being a demon hunter, which is, of course. When I first broke into the city, I actually explored the entire city first, the entire upper area of the city first, and then I wanted to explore the other two parts. That would be the sewers and the Hall of Shadows, actually, or the Rogue Class Hall, better known. This is actually kind of surprising. So I actually didn't know at first that I was in the Hall of Shadows. Like I didn't realize that was the Rogue Class Hall, as I've never got a Rogue past level like 40. And I was actually shocked when I realized, I'm like, wait a second, Hall of Shadows, Den of Thieves. This is the Rogue Class Hall. And so it's actually going to be kind of funny. I'm like, well, I don't remember this being in the sewers and stuff like that. And so I want to show off that first because I think that's probably the most interesting part of the Dalaran city. And then we will explore the general area of the city of Dalaran, and then the actual sewers, what I thought the Hall of Shadows was. The only other thing I want to say before we get started is stick around to hear about the Patreon for the channel at the end of the video. Let's explore the Rogue Class Hall, the Hall of Shadows, as a demon hunter. Cloaked Vestibule. Hall of Shadows. Creepy music. Very creepy music. Huh. Okay. Yeah, this place is a lot creepier when you're by yourself in here. It is much creepier. Oh, wow. I would like to have all of that gold, please. I mean, who's going to stop me, right? Ooh, it's all mine. Look at that. Hold on. I'll go in there in just a second. This place is huge. Wow, look at this. I wonder... I'm not going to get in the water because I feel like that's dangerous. But I wonder if I can fish. Can't. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. It's possible all the fishing and stuff is disabled just due to the fact that I'm out of bounds. I'm not sure. Not sure how all that works. Okay, this is a ton of gold. A ton of gold. My goodness, there's even Mogu stuff. This is actually technically a model of, oh, this is Pandarian stuff. It kind of looks like the model of, the Holy Grail, though. Maybe, maybe not. Some gems, an egg, a golden egg. Wow, very cool, very cool. A Murloc statue. Yep, I'm sure that's worth some money. A skull, a pirate skull, looks like. Okay. Okay, we got some cool stuff there. We got some cool stuff there. Nothing super amazing, but definitely some cool stuff. I wonder what's up with the chemicals, though. I don't know what that is all about. That looks like an exit. Den of Thieves. Okay. Man, more pirate skulls. Wow, bunch of potions. You guys need to clean up in here. It's a little gross. Man, all these death potions. That guy's real dead. Huh, very interesting, very interesting. What is this place? Chamber of Shadows? Wow. What was that? Only in this specific location is there music. Like that. Oh, that is so creepy. It's almost like a ghost musician is playing. Wow. Yeah, see, as soon as I walk away, it's gone. How weird. You know what? I just realized this is the rogues' quarters. This is the rogues' hideout. I just realized that. How dumb am I? That's really interesting. So I actually have a goal of being able to explore all of the, what do you call it, the class halls with my demon hunter. So this is actually going to be number 1, I think. I don't think I've explored any other of them. I've explored certain instances where you get like legendary weapons and stuff, but never like this. Okay, so this is number 1. I've actually tried to get into the silver hand, and I need to, I'm really close to getting into that one. I just need a little bit more. I just need to be able to get into it. I think I can. I might need a little help on that one though. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so with our Dalaran exploration, we are starting with Antonidas Memorial here. I think it's just crazy that we found another Dalaran. This is insane. So we're going to look around the whole place and we're going to see what's going on here. Maybe there's mailboxes and stuff. I don't see a mailbox here. This is the Horde Bank. So let's take a look on the inside. Okay, this is actually a pretty empty Dalaran, it seems. There's no bank or guild bank or anything like that. So... Or mailboxes so far. So I'm not sure what else will be here, but let's continue on. It does look like a lot of the detail. I guess maybe we'll go through a lot of this stuff. I don't know. But there's all the details in this building here. Yep, all the particle effects are here. The treasure chests are here. All that good stuff. So that's pretty cool. Okay, the Forge is not here. The Forge of Fate is not. The Forge of Fate is not here, so that's very interesting. I guess it's an asset that they didn't want to keep in here. So we're going to this room. I think this is the archaeology room. Pretty sure about that. That is really pretty, but there is nothing in here. There's a lot of stuff in here. The light clockwork area. I think this is the engineering room. So we've got all the stuff in here. Cogs are moving, the machine is working. Pretty neat. Leatherworking area. Yeah, there's some cool stuff in here. So I mean, if you've been through Dalaran, you've seen all this before, but it is just neat seeing that it's all here too, in this completely out of bounds area. Obviously there's no NPCs. This is the tailoring area, and we've got first aid. I think this one is, yeah, it looks like first aid. There's a nice little bathtub with a rubber ducky. What is up with those eyes? Man, those eyes are creepy as frick. But yeah, this is, you know, that's kind of a morbid painting in a first aid area. Like, what is up with that? Oh, that, yep, that is a woman. There's some water skins. Candle looks a little strange. Like, that is a lot of wax. And there's like mushrooms here. I guess get your patients high while they, you know, while they get their treatment. Sure, why not? We're going around this whole city. There's some gyms here. Is this disenchanting or enchanting? I think this is the enchanting area. Very beautiful. I don't think it's inscription. I'm pretty sure this is enchanting. Let's take a look. Usually, hold on. I could, Simple enchanting. Yep, okay. I'm smart. Okay, so the sewers are there. We're going to look at the sewers last before we look at... There's two things I want to look at. The sewers and the Violet Hold. So there's a graveyard here in case we die. Let's look at the Violet Citadel. Okay. Wow. It's very weird seeing this place completely empty. Like, there definitely should be people in here. There's usually like a portal or something. But nope, there's nothing in here right now. Very, very cool. Okay. Let's move on. Threads of Fate here. Is this tier armor? I don't really know. Let me know in the comment if that's tier armor there. Not entirely sure. Pretty cool gear though. Okay, we are now in the Grey Fang in Enclave, and I should not be able to walk in here as a Horde character, but you know the drill if you've seen these videos in these out-of-bounds cities. They don't really care if you're Horde or Alliance, so I think that's pretty cool. Also, I'm still in my mount, which is quite awesome. Yep, this is the tower. Very good view from up here, and I fell. Oh well. Yeah, it's just a cool view, nothing special. And I know I'm in first-person view. I'm sorry about that. There's a reason I am. It's okay. Some viewers get a little motion sick from it, but there's not really much I can do about it, unfortunately, with this. So I do apologize. Wow, that is... See, I've only been in the Grey Fang Enclave like maybe 0 times ever. I don't think I played an Alliance through Legion. So this is actually my very first time through here. And of course my daughter just woke up, so... Did she throw up? Well, my daughter did indeed get sick, so yeah, I had to go deal with that. You know, nothing like a sick baby at 2 a.m. But anyway, let's continue on exploring this. Hero's Welcome. So, yep, this is the Hero's Welcome. We got the same picture again, except I think she's facing a different direction. We've got a Draenei here, and we've got, it looks like, oh, what do you call that place? Oh, the really famous place, Grizzly Hills. And you got Crystal Song Forest, and you got this weird, bizarre painting. I do like how all the paintings are from Northrend, even though we're in, you know, the Broken Isles now. I think that's really interesting. Okay, well, anyway, we're gonna move on there. There's a Blood Elf there. Wait, why is there a Blood Elf in the Alliance section? It's not a High Elf because her eyes are green. That's weird. I'm not gonna judge. Whatever. Maybe somebody really likes her. Okay. So let's move on to the slower area here. And we can check out this Enclave little area. Pretty cool. You got some Alliance Siege things. This tank is actually moving around. A lot of metals here. That's pretty neat, I guess. That's Draenor. Why is there a map of Draenor? That's so interesting. Huh. That's like the last thing I would have think would have been here. Okay, now how do I get to the bar? I want to get to the bar. Okay, here's the kitchen here. So downstairs... See, I don't know if I've ever been in this basement in the Legion Dalaran. Maybe I have. Maybe I did in my last exploration of a Dalaran, which was interesting. Oh, here's the beer garden. Some cheese and apples. You can hear some bar music here, which is really neat. There's a game of Hearthstone here. How cool. How cool is that? Little game of Hearthstone. It'd be really cool if the eagle moved, but it does not. Looks like there's some Murlocs there, and... Oh, I wish I could see what these cards were. That'd be really cool. Oh, very neat, very neat. Very neat little area. Let's move on to the Alliance Bank. So there is no... It looks again like there's no mailbox. Let's look inside the bank. Or, yeah, let's look inside the bank, though. Make sure there's no guild bank in here. Does not look like it. No guild bank. That's kind of unfortunate, but it's still a pretty cool area, I guess. So there's that thingy, whatever that is. This is the Militant Mystic. Got some different, you got a Horde and an Alliance hat there. Got some other stuff. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Nothing super special though. Then here is the Landgrum's Leather and Links. Again, nothing super special. There is a little ball there though, which is not something. See, that's why I like going through this area. You get to see stuff and details that you probably would never see normally, so that's pretty cool. This is Glorious Goods, and there actually is a secret passage. I think this goes down to the sewers, I'm pretty sure, so we're gonna save that for a minute. Here is the fountain, and I think I should be able to fish in this. I would think so. I don't know, maybe you can't fish in this. I'm kind of shocked that you can't fish in it. That's unfortunate. Maybe it's just because of something on my game. I'm not sure. Arsenal Absolute. There's a lot of different weapons in here. I like that weapon there. Yeah, that one's alright. Okay. Nothing super impressive in here. We'll get to the Violet Hold kind of last, because if there is an instance portal, I do want to try to go through it and see what happens. I doubt that there's an instance portal, but I still want to just wait on that one. Okay, so there's the... what is this? The Hunter's Reach. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And let's see. Oh, almost went into the sewers. Let's see. There's Krasis is landing here. Oh, you got the Horde and the Alliance Griffin and Wyvern. Or the Alliance and Horde Griffin and Wyvern. So that's pretty cool. And then, now, again, as I said, that there is an entire Broken Shores in this instance, but I wanted to specifically focus on the Dalaran first because I think it's a very interesting area to explore. It's always fun exploring Dalaran, and I do like to sit here and spend a little time doing that. So I just thought I would make a separate video for that. There's a little trophy with some dogs. Seems to be the pet area. Magical menagerie. I wonder if I can... Aw. There's little plushies. I wonder if I can get into this tank. Not exactly. I'm not inside of it, but that's pretty cool. So there's no animals in here, which is actually unfortunate. Usually there's a ton of animals in here. And I think there's usually like a gnome swimming in there, so it's kind of sad that there's not that in this out of bounds version, but it's still pretty neat. Okay, so let's go to the Horde area, and I can't remember what this place is. The Windrunner Sanctuary. Well, that didn't age very well.
The Horde is nothing!
This has actually got a glitch in it. That's not supposed to look like that. Those are the sewers there. Let's see what happens when we go inside. Got some boots. Got some axe throwing. Axe throwing is a lot of fun. If you guys have never done it before, I recommend it. It's a big old turkey. Let's see what else we got here. Some hogs. Got different troll shields and a blood elf shield. Lots of different foods. Still steaming. Still steaming. Now the ambiance is actually that of a kitchen, but that's pretty cool. Wow. That's I guess the Horde do like their food, don't they? Nothing crazy down here. It's just a lot of wax. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Nothing too crazy. Now, there's a missing fire there, which I didn't realize until just now. That's a bit sketchy. This guy's seen better days. Nothing too crazy up here. Oh, you know, just your everyday brain popper. I think those are brains. Kind of look like it. That's perfectly normal. Are they brains? It's hard to tell. Maybe, maybe not. But there's also a cork floating there, which, again, if this is all normal scenery, it's definitely something you don't really pay attention to until you're in an out-of-bounds area. Oh my gosh, that is a cockroach. Okay. What is this cockroach doing? That's... And that looks like a sewer. What a weird place. What a weird place. Makes me wish I would have explored this area before doing this exploration, just to see if there's any differences or anything. Oh, it has a sound effect. That's pretty interesting. Dang. That person likes their steak very rare. Okay, you got the troll siege wagon there. Then you got... Is that a Zandalar? I guess it's just a troll siege wagon. That kind of looks like a Zandalar siege wagon, though. Which is very interesting. Okay. This is the Demolisher there. I know this is where the Horde portals are. Doesn't look like there's any portal, though, of course, as there shouldn't be. Alright, there's a lot of cheese in here. Cheese and wine. Good old cheese and wine. Wow, very cool. What is this? I wonder where that is. Huh. So much detail. Like, there's so much detail put into these places. And I feel like a lot of it goes ignored, even by myself. I ignore a lot of it. Even though this is really cool. Here's a barbershop. Now, I have seen out-of-bounds barbershops that are still in working order. So I'm kind of shocked that there's not a barber stool in here. You can see the goblins and all their wacky hairstyles, like troll dowels. Yep, that's all cool. And we're back where we started, except there's a nice, lovely cake in there. Very neat. Okay, so now we're going to go around the center area. I know I know that this is a lot of exploration, but I love exploring these areas. So here's the alchemy room. I don't know if it has a specific name. Magus Commerce Exchange. Is that just the area this? Oh, I guess it is that. Okay. Well, let's look at the inn here. Okay, you got bar noises again. Let's head up here first. Creepy owl statue. Creepy quill. Nothing too crazy in here. Oh, what? There's like a stuffed dinosaur. Huh. Weird. I never noticed that before. That is a fact. That picture, man. I don't know about it. Okay, this is the inscription area. Quite interesting. Bunch of scrolls. That's weird that there's a little... Oh, wow. Hold on. Wow. Oh, wow. You know, I've never looked up in this room, ever. Not even once. That's really freaking cool. I mean, that is really freaking cool. I mean, I'm kind of blown away by that, to be honest. Okay. Now, this is where my home is, the jewel crafting room. So, I wouldn't think that there's anything super crazy in here, but we'll see. I mean, there's jewels. That's about it. Wait, did I skip the toy area? I thought that was a toy maker. Maybe I did skip it. I don't know. We'll see, because this is alchemy. Now, I think typically there's, like, water in this. So, it's kind of interesting that there's not. Yeah, definitely alchemy here. Oh, that's cool. There's, like, bubbles there. Very interesting. I never noticed that before. Again, this is really just me exploring Dalaran without any people in it. So, it's definitely different. Whoa, I thought I just saw something move. Freaked me out. Okay. I could have sworn there was, like, a toy shop over here, though. No, there definitely... is supposed to be a toy shop there. Very strange. And we're back here. So let's go up here. Oh, here's a toy shop. Here's a toy shop. So, just like in the last Dalaran we explored, the train is still going. Very peaceful. Very peaceful. And there's a bunch of toys here, including a voodoo doll, which is kind of dark. Actually, that's really dark. This is a toy shop, and there's a voodoo doll in here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, Darkmoon Fair. Oh, I never noticed that was in here either. This is so cool. Oh, wow. Okay, that's gross, but that's really cool. I never noticed that eye in here. I never noticed these jack-o'-lanterns in here. There's like little plushes. There's a dinosaur again. There's robots. Very, very, very cool. Okay. I've never looked around in there, so that's actually really interesting. I know maybe I'm getting too excited about this, but I've never explored this area. Okay, let's look in here. It looks like it normally does. Wow. Okay, so there's no like portal or anything. So we've checked all the main areas. Let me see, is there any place I'm missing? I think maybe like this building here. Yeah. What's this from? Dalaran Visitor Center. So you can get your Dalaran tabard in here, and there's a weird cauldron. Weird cauldron. Okay. Okay. I mean, that's weird, but nothing too crazy. Curiosities and more. Some green gems. Floating book. You know, for something called the Curiosities and more, there's not really a whole lot of interesting things in here. Kind of disappointing. Man, so much detail. So much detail. Oh, the jade figurines. That's actually really cool. Oh, now my dog decided to run around. What is going on, guys? It's 2 a.m. I think at this point it is time to go into the sewers. Okay, so let's actually go to the sewers of Dalaran and not just the Den of Thieves. I was actually really shocked that I just realized that that was the Den of Thieves and not. So here's the actual sewer part. Now, normally how this works is that you've got a sanctuary and eventually the guards disappear and they will, you know, let everyone attack each other. But obviously there's no one else in here, so it's just me. Wow. Some corn. So it's the underbelly. It's just all the underbelly, I'm pretty sure. Okay, a bunch of floating stuff. Nothing too crazy. That also probably explains why I wasn't able to fish in there. What's up here? I've got to figure out what's up here. Oh, nothing crazy. Some beds. Nice little wanted poster there. Oh, a nice little demon circle. Is that the same one that I have? Let's see. Nope, it's definitely different, but cool. No washed up mage there. I want to say, is this where the black market is or was? I want to say it's was or maybe is. I don't know. I don't remember where the black market is now, but I think she was in here. I could be completely mistaken. I'm really nervous to get into that water, so I'm not going to do it yet. But let's see if we can fish in this area. I don't think we're going to be able to fish, unfortunately. Okay, well, that's it for the sewers. Pretty interesting. Not nearly as cool as the rogue headquarters, because I've actually never set foot in there. Not even once. I've never set foot in the thieves' hideout. So that was actually a really cool discovery. So we've got one more area to go to now. That'd be the Violet Hold. Let's go. Got these weird swirly portals still, so that's cool. Kind of shocked that there's no like monster or anything in them. Oh. It's a weird looking shadow. It kind of looks like a face. Huh. Yeah, it looks like there's no door or nothing here, so nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy at all. Well, that was a very cool exploration. I think that that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all for joining me in this amazing Out of Bounds city. It has been quite fun, and I love finding these places. This is the third Out of Bounds Dalaran that I've found. Once was in the End Time, and it was the Wrath of the Lich King version. Once was in Court of Stars, and that one was the Legion version, and then also this one. So I really appreciate you guys joining me for this exploration. I also want to say thank you to all my patrons. Since the goal of this channel is to ultimately help replace my 9-to-5 job, that's going to be a while from now. You are all essential to hitting that goal. If you'd like to become a patron, check out the link in the description. I recommend the $1.50 tier, as you can get quite a bit of bang for your buck, and literally. And you'll get some cool background information, as well as a Discord chat and your name at the end of each video, as these patrons here have their name at the end of each video. Thank you guys for watching.